Are you looking for standard-bred, thoroughbred, stable supplies, or nutritional products? The Harness Shop Online specializes in bringing only the highest quality horse and equine equipment and products like harnesses, bridles, and other racing and training equipment direct to you, our valued customers. Many great promotional offers and discount coupons are available online at theharnessshoponline.com or call us at 1-866-469-8181. The Harness Shop Online, your one-stop shop for horse and equine products, equipment, and supplies.
Whereas in the jug, I think you get a lot
That's
stronger.
another thing that's really screwed up racing this year is the World Equestrian Games in Lexington. I mean, this whole schedule is ridiculous. We were told yesterday that if there had been a third heat of the jug, yet two of the horses were going to scratch out.
Because of the Breeders' Crown.
Because of the Breeders' Crown. Ray Schnitker, if there's a third heat today, he is a scratch. Forget one more lap. If he don't win it in straight heats, he won't win the jug. The whole racing schedule, and it's not just the Meadows, the Breeders' Crown, and Lexington. It affected a lot of other things on the road to those.
Okay, let's
the next heat. Yeah.
14th race. Easiest of the three divisions in my mind on paper. I think Del Marvelous is the best horse. I'm not crazy about the horse. When he's good, he's real good. Didn't like the way he raced in the cane pace, kind of bottomed out of the two-hole beyond one more lap, but the word is he's had some sickness issues. I saw John Shelley at 5:30 this morning nervously pacing outside the Sheridan entrance. He said George Teague says the horse is fine, so he expects that he'll be pretty good in there. He has the rail. To me, he's the controlling speed in the race, and I think that he might even be able to save some horse for this final. For second, I went with Classic Rock and Roll. John Campbell got along real well with the horse, and the Simcoe made up a ton of ground. That was some wild race up there, by the way, that Kyle Major held on and won. And for third, number 6, Versado. And Classic Rock and Roll, if he'd win the jug, that would be the third full of Classic Wish to win the jug. Better's Delight and No Pan Intended are his half-brothers. But to me, it looks like Del Marvelous's race to win or lose. If you think you can beat him, he's going to be a short price, and you get paid boxcars.
I picked the 6. I could not get away from that line at the cane. That is a horrible line. Del Marvelous last time out. Now, if he was sick and he can bounce back, that's good. But I can't pick a 1-5 shot that raced that badly last start. So I went with the 6. I don't love it, but I picked the 6-1-4.
Well, I asked George Teague about Del Marvelous earlier this week, and I don't think he'd have told me the truth that there had been anything bad. And he did not, to me, and just reading it, I don't think Del Marvelous is in the best of condition either. Now, the horse might win the jug, but just the way I was trying to read Teague and the way he responded when I asked him, I think they're concerned. I might be wrong. Versado is a funny horse. I picked him to be second. I picked Del Marvelous to win, Versado second. But in the Adios, I still haven't figured out what happened there. I know what I saw. He had no pace whatsoever coming around the turn. They got in the stretch. The horse found another gear. Surprised Pallone. Pallone runs over the wheel of Vihanna Gingra or jumps the wheel, almost falls down, came back down pacing perfectly. And if that little thing with the wheel hadn't happened, Versado would have beat Del Marvelous in the Adios, but he didn't. The 2-horse Classic Rock and Roll, and my fourth one is Piece of the Rock with Paul McDonnell. 1-6-2-3.
What happened to Versado in the overnight race?
Overnight
30
race.
cents to the dollar.
Where's an overnight
That
race?
last
Keystone
one,
Classic. Yeah.
That's not an overnight race.
Whatever it is, it has to be.
Got beat by European Union. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Did get beat in neck, but I think Pallone thought he was a winner, and the horse just got nipped at the wire. Last quarter's in 28. Horse has not been consistently at the top, but boy, when they paid $200,000 for him, got all their money back real quick. That's why I picked Del Marvelous.
How do you interpret the Adios? Because Del Marvelous raced huge on the lead. We will see, may have moved prematurely, that could have cost him, but I would have pulled on Del Marvelous too after how he raced in the Meadowlands pace. There were 7 horses within a length of the wire, but you said yesterday Ray Paver thought he wins with Trickman, who's maybe not the best 3-year-old in Ohio if he gets loose.
Ray Paver is not lying. I agree with him. If Andy Miller, and I forget who Andy was driving, if Andy Miller doesn't duck into the lightning lane, Paver gets the lightning lane and Trickman wins the Adios. There's no question about it. He had nowhere to go. He hits Brett Miller's wheel, and then the horse's knee gets Brian Sears in the middle of the back, finishing. He had so much pace, it was unbelievable. I told Ray, I said, if you don't win today in the 17th race, you're letting me down.
Yeah.
So he should win today. But I'd say it's the greatest finish of a stake race that I've ever seen in my entire life, where you have 7 horses across, 6 horses straight across the track, and there's 7 nowhere to go. The only ones that weren't there were the 2 horses that made breaks. And it was just unbelievable. And I think it'll be the race of the year in harness racing unless something comes up in the next 2 weeks.
Today, yeah.
Today.